Hello and welcome to another episode of Be My Guest. I'm so excited today. I have someone who is a fitness instructor. I've attended many of her classes. They are such fun to do and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. You will be so excited to meet her. Her name is Nicola. So Nicola, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to see you.
Well,
I was in one of your classes this morning. I've just recovered, but it was absolutely awesome. That was a clubber size. It was really good.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
I really did. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into fitness.
Okay, I am from school. I wasn't quite sure what to do, and I did a secretarial course just because I didn't know what else to do with myself. And then I got a job in London for about 10 years working for an advertising agency. In the meantime, I've always been into fitness. It's always been a real passion of mine. I've always attended classes, and I was starting to feel that I couldn't find a class that I liked that much, and I felt this is something perhaps I could do myself. So I found out about a part-time course with the YMCA in London, and I was able to continue with my job and do it at weekends. And then I gained my qualification, and then I had my children, and I didn't do much with it to begin with. And then I got a part-time job more locally, not in London, and I started up some just 2 mornings a week fitness classes in a local community hall near where I live. And I sort of tested the water to see how, obviously it was a new thing, to see how it went. And gradually it just grew and grew and grew, and so now I've gone from 2 classes a week to 11.
11 classes a week?
On my timetable,
Goodness.
And now have my own studio that I rent up in New Ash Green. And it's just gone from strength to strength, and luckily I was able to leave the admin job. And now I do this full time, so.
That's amazing. It's so good to know, because people always have a passion to do something, but because of money, you find out you're in a job that you're not really enjoying, but being able to follow your dream, you were able to take more courses and qualifications to be able to do it. Because I know with the fitness, you've got to do first aid and things like that.
Yeah, you need your first aid. Obviously, it's all the anatomy and physiology.
Yes.
As a practical exam. So you've got to be quite confident in front of people to be able to get up, and which is quite hard. You think, oh, it would be easy at first, but until you get up there and you've got 30 people staring back at you, it's quite intimidating, and it does take a little bit of getting used to. So, but yeah, the YMCA were fantastic as to, I did a little bit of home learning, a little bit of part-time, and I was able to juggle children and everything else around doing the course. So.
That's amazing, and that's an inspiration, because our hope is that people will be inspired by the people that come on the show, to tell them that, look, even though you've got family commitments, you can still do what you want to do and work around it. It's very important. You have to keep moving. Be my guest. So give us some of the classes that you hold during the week.
Okay, well, believe it or not, the old traditional legs, bums and tums type classes,
yes, I love that.
they are always popular, but alongside those I've done courses such as Insanity, which was
I
quite
did that.
Tough.
That was very hard.
Very tough, but really good calorie burner. Kettlebells. I've just recently gone back to doing a step class, which is sort of done a full circle, a bit like fashion. It's sort of come back round, and that's been really popular. So we've got step, kettlebells. I used to do Zumba, but I now call it Dance Fit. That's a similar sort of thing, which you do with myself at Brands Hatch Place. And then we've got the clubber size, which has just been huge.
That is just amazing. You've got lights, bright thing, everything happening.
Glow
it's just
sticks,
amazing.
shoe clips,
it's just
everything
awesome.
flashing.
Awesome. You need to try the clubber size. We'll be giving you all the details at the end of the show. It's an amazing class. In fact, all the classes that Nicola takes is amazing, but we'll give you all the information at the end of the show. That's absolutely awesome. Now there's something new I've been looking at with a trampoline. What's that all about?
Yeah, this is called rebounding.
Okay.
They're mini trampolines, and the beauty of them is because you're on a trampoline surface and not on the hard floor, it actually takes away 87% of the impact off your joints.
Wow.
So for years, physios, people with injuries have been using them, rebounders, to gain strength back into their joints or any injured part of their body. But now they've realised that actually it makes a fantastic cardio class. It gets your heart rate up very, very quickly. It's very effective because you create 3 times as much G-force on a rebounder that you would if you were just jumping up and down on a wood sprung floor in a studio. So
Wow.
you can work less time, but you get more results quicker. So you burn calories quicker because of that extra G-force on the rebound, and it's such good fun.
You won't fall off, you know.
No, it's for all ages. You can put a stability bar on, but really for older people and beginners, because what you don't want is to cling onto that bar, because then that gives you quite a bad posture.
Right.
It's all about your core and supporting yourself upright, and it's all about the push down. People, I think, get confused with rebounding and think I'm going to be springing up high into the air.
But
actually, you don't. If anything, you bring your ceiling height down a little bit lower, and it's all about the push down into the rebounder. So the other thing with the rebounding that's a really important key is that they're done on well-made rebounders, because there's a lot of cheap versions out there at the moment. So I did my training with Rebound UK, who are the largest rebound company in Europe, and I use their products as well. So I mean, they take up to about 21, 22 stone. So they're pretty sturdy bits of equipment.
I feel all right now.
No, but you'd be surprised that people come in that aren't anywhere near that weight, but they're concerned, you know, or about things like that. But it really is for everybody.
Be my guest.
I'm so excited. On this edition, I have a fitness instructor. I'm sure you'll understand that apart from your spiritual well-being, we need to have a very healthy life. We need to live a healthy life. Our body is so important to us. What we eat, how we maintain our body, how we maintain our mind is so important. So my guest today, who is Nicola, and she's a wonderful fitness instructor. She's going to take us through some of the steps for us to have a very good physical well-being. So she will take us through some of the fitness we need to do, some of the foods she might advise that we need to eat more of and some less of. But anyway, I'll hand over to her so that she can just explain to us some of the things that will help us in our journey of looking good and healthy. So welcome, Nicola, to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So as you were saying, I know you've been in the fitness industry for over 15 years. So I'm sure there's a bit of advice you can give us on, you know, the person sitting at home. How can you stay fit or get fit? How can you live a healthy life? What should we eat? What should we do on a regular basis? Let's say I want to drop size down. What would you advise us to do?
Well, luckily these days there are so many different choices. We've got gyms, we've got classes in local halls. You don't even have to be a member of a gym these days. Or exercise, running, walking the dog.
That's true.
Exercise doesn't have to be something in a class or a gym. There are so many different types, swimming. So we've got a lot of choices available for us. But it's really about keeping a balance of what we eat and the exercise that we do. I don't know if you know, but 80% of how you look is from what you eat, and 20% is exercise. And I don't think everybody realises that. The exercise is a smaller part, but it still is a very, very important part. But yeah, it's about getting a healthy balance. And small changes, for example, one of the biggest things people don't do is drink enough water. You should be drinking at least 2 litres a day.
2 whole litres?
2 litres, that's the recommended amount a day. And just small changes like with bread, try to eat wholemeal breads, trying to eat more fresh fish, chicken, all the protein foods, especially when you're exercising. If you can have a protein bar or a shake or something after exercise, it really helps to build lean muscle, and at the same time that will get rid of unwanted body fat. So as I say, there's plenty of choices. Classes are a really good fun way. There's lots of different things out there, and hopefully there'll be something for everybody to choose.
Well, that's good to know, because I mean, I've been exercising for the past 6 months at least 5 times a week.
Okay.
But I know when it comes to food, I'm eating late, I'm not eating, I think I'm eating maybe too much carbohydrate. So it's good to know that only 80% is towards, you know, exercise. No, towards food, isn't it?
80% is how you look is
based on what you eat.
What you eat, exactly. But things like eating late, that's another factor.
Yes.
Obviously, if you eat late, it's going to just sit on your stomach.
Yes.
So it hasn't had time to properly digest. So that's yeah, another thing to avoid if you can.
Wow. Well, I must say it's been absolutely amazing. So your classes are held how often a week?
Well, I've got around 11 classes on my timetable at the moment. I also work for a local gym, Brands Hatch, where
Yes,
I met
yes,
yourself.
that's right.
Which is a really nice private gym in Fulham. So yeah, there's plenty of variety on the timetable.
And do you do freelance work as well? Like if somebody wanted you to hold a class for them?
I don't at the moment. It's something perhaps in the future I'd look to, but at the moment I'm so busy. I haven't got
Yes, I
time to
know.
fit anything else in.
Wow. Well,
So-
it's been amazing. It's been a pleasure meeting you today. And
Oh,
I
thank
do
you.
hope our viewers have learned something about healthy eating, looking good. Make sure you start exercising, even if you walk. Instead of taking the bus for 3 stops, walk those 3 stops. And try and join a local gym or go to a class. As Nicola has said, you can actually attend classes in local halls near you. And if you're in the new Ash Green area, make sure you pop into one of Nicola's classes. So until next time, stay motivated, stay encouraged, and I'll see you again very soon.